What's up, everyone? Sea Panther back again, narrating for ADV Revival. I got another top 32 bracket stage for you guys. This is going to be Fear versus Big Will. Both are pretty well-known players. Both have been doing really well in tours lately, and both have been kicking butt in this one. And yeah, so it should be a good one. Let's get into it. Oh, do this one. So Raikou lead for Big Will, and Hariyama for Fear. So probably see a sub from Will. Yeah, it makes sense to scout for the knockoff. As Fear plays around that and just goes for the cross shot, which is smart. Will could possibly fish for a miss still, because cross chop is infamously known for its accuracy, and Fear just goes for the rock slide, which is smart. Ooh, and Fear just selects to go for Hidden Power Bug. Probably just trying to keep the sub from breaking, but it catches the Celebi and does a ton to it. And this Hariyama is looking very well poised here. More of an offensive Hariyama set. Maybe it doesn't even have knock. I mean, definitely can. Offensive Hariyamas, like, definitely able to use knockoff still, for sure. As it's just gonna chunk the Metagross now too. So Hariyama's off to an amazing start. And Fear goes into Starmie. Definitely looking like maybe more of a defensive Starmie with HP investment, because Mash didn't do too much. Yeah, as he goes for the T-Wave. And Starmie is pretty good into Metagross because of the ability to Thunder Wave it and recover spam until it gets its Paras. Yeah, so Metagross decides to trade with Starmie. Makes sense. It was going to be tough for it to break through it. And Gear goes into T-Tar, which without Metagross is looking pretty scary. Swampert does come out, but if this is maybe like a Hidden Power Grass Tar to break for something else, nope. Definitely doesn't look like it because they switched. As Celebi just comes out. And Leech Seed is looking pretty threatening here as well. Big Will going for like a bunch of mixed breakers sort of team. And so far looking for like a balancy kind of team for Fear. Tars are probably going to like to trade Earthquakes. Yeah. And doing about the same, so it could be a speed tag here. It could, oh, as Big Will just trying to read the Celebi coming in, I'm assuming. Goes for Hidden Power Bug, and that loses him his T-Tar. But Raikou is just going to be able to threaten this out. And will Fear brings out the Celebi? If Raikou gets a Calm Mind up, it could probably set up on the Celebi. But it actually just goes for sub. Or Toxic, sorry. And Raikou looking like that one lead set. It's probably Hidden Power Grass last. It probably actually is Calm Mindless Raikou. Yeah. So it's Hidden Power Ice, not Grass, but similar idea. This is actually CM-less Raikou. It's actually going to 1v1 the Celebi here. Ooh, and Big Will actually reads the switch there from Fear. Definitely a good play. It did only get the Yama, but... Ooh, and Zapdos going to be able to take a T-Bolt here. Will Big Will pivot into the Swampert is the question. No, he just decides to T-Bolt the Zap. Makes sense. Probably can't risk the Swampert coming in there. And if this is Hidden Power Ice, this could be super scary. Or if this is Thunder Wave. Big Will just deciding to scout for it. Yeah, and it is Hidden Power Ice. So pretty low risk, high reward play there for Will. If the Zap is going for Hidden Power, it's going to be Ice, meaning the Swampert's good. So you might as well scout it there. Also, it also scouts T-Wave there, so. And Swampert can be able to take out this Zapdos, so far a pretty close game. Depending on the last, Salamence could bring this home for Big Will. Celebi just elects to recover. And has Salamence revealed a move yet? We haven't seen a move revealed for Salamence, so it could very well be DD here. Yeah, and it is. So there's going to be some mind games between Explosion here. But Metagross just goes for Mash. So had Big Will EQ'd, it's very likely he could have won here. He does catch the Celebi with the Ice Beam as well. I think it's going to come down to the Explosion mind game. And with the Leech Seed, it's going to be pretty annoying for Salamence. It's going to be chipping it into Meteor Mash range. So Big Will's going to have to be careful. Maybe even Earthquake here, predicting the switch. Can't make that read. Honestly, that's a hard read to make, but doubling Swampert in there might have even been a more insane read. Metagross agilitying here is maybe a little premature. Oh, no. It's definitely doing a lot more to the Swampert, especially combined with that Toxic. So now that it has agility, I think Metagross is just going to clean up here. Yeah, Will seeing that. Probably just having to go for the Mash miss. Probably his best bet anyway at this point. Oh, Aspheric just reveals Rock Slide, so Metagross is just going to clean here. Very well played by both sides. Definitely some very cool teams going on here. Especially like the CM-less Raikou. Very cool. And let's get into game 2. Fortress lead for Big Will, and a Zapdos lead for Fear. So, seeing a Zap sub, very common for lead Zap. And if this is special offense, then it's going to be a little tough for the Doug to get the trap with the Spike, maybe. As Fori just elects to explode, not letting the Zap get momentum into whatever. See where the Zap elects to go. And it just goes into Suicune, which is not going to love taking this Focus Punch. Yeah, it's going to do quite a bit. With the Spike there, we'll switch it so the spikes come back. With the Spike there, the Suicune is going to be taking another 12.5% on switch in, so it's going to be wanting to rest next time it comes in. If it is a Rescue, of course. And Zapdos comes in. So, probably going to be scaring out Suicune here. Oh, as the Suicune actually stays in, so maybe it's going to Ice Beam. No, it just selects the Surf. And Big Will goes to the Toxic, trying to predict a switch. Pretty aggressive play by Fear there to leave Suicune in. Definitely worked out though. And this Zap is going to be pretty chipped. As the Doug Trio actually comes in, so if there is a Blissey in the back with the one Spike chip and another coming in, it's probably going to be pretty tough. This is looking like a Zapdoug kind of team though. And the Swampert's definitely going to scare out the Dugtrio here. Swampert showing Surf probably means that it might be Monopert. It's fairly common on 40 teams to be Monopert, and there is actually a Blissey here. So, Fear having to go to Breloom because of the Spike Chip that Dugtrio's already taken. It's pretty tough. But Breloom is gonna gain Fear back some momentum. See if the Zapdos comes in. It won't really take a Focus Punch on switch in. But depending on Big Will's last, maybe he just can't switch into Focus Punch. Well, I guess he has the Gengar, so maybe he was just predicting Stun Spore or Hidden Part Ghost or something. But either way, Fear is way ahead at this point. Going to Zapdos probably doesn't have anything much better to absorb the Wisp. And Big Will just selects the swap out. Maybe indicating he doesn't have Ice Punch. But Zapdos getting a nice pair on the Blissey. As the Blissey just decides to trade. And I mean, with some luck, Dugtrio might be able to get a trap here on this Blissey. It doesn't get the pair up, and it actually eats an Ice Beam. So probably could have got the Bliss Trap earlier in the game if this is a beat up Dugtrio. But either way, the Doug does end up getting the Blissey. And at this point, it's looking pretty dire for Big Will. Gengar is going to be able to wrestle a little bit of momentum back with maybe Will-O-Wisp. It'll definitely kill the Doug here, yeah, and nothing wants to switch into it regardless. If Fear did want to save this as a Spike Sack. Big Will just selects the Ice Punch. So, if this is Fizztar, Will-O-Wisp definitely... Oh, no, it just shows itself to be pursued. So, Wisp probably wasn't the play. I guess getting damage on it would have been better. But Willstar definitely in pretty decent position, maybe. Nope, well, not after that crit. They just like to trade grasses, but it seems that Fear's Tar is consistently faster. So the crit HP grass is gonna be pretty big, and Hidden Part Grass Pursuit Tar is just gonna clean house here, looks like. I mean, Swampert's most likely not waking up first turn, so this seems all but over. Definitely very well played by Fear. The Doug being so bulky and not getting the trap off earlier in the game. Maybe they didn't want to risk it, but either way, they got their trap, and very well played game by them. So we see the Tar finish it off here. Big Will definitely maybe could have gone to the Gengar versus that Breloom. Kept around the Zap for something. Maybe have had an opportunity coming in on the Dugtrio or something. But yeah, either way, both of these guys played really well throughout this tournament. I can't wait to see what Fear does going forward. And Big Will, better luck next time. Did very well up to this point. But with that, guys, I will leave y'all with the donation screen.